It's Margaret from Charge Now. In today's news time, we are going to talk about Elon becoming the richest person on planet Earth, and I'll share some of my thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk just became the richest person on the planet Earth. As of recording this, his total net worth is about 190 billion American dollars. The man in the second place is Jeff Bezos from Amazon with about 187 billion American dollars. Let's see how media are putting it so far. Start with CNBC. They wrote,
Musk's wealth surge over the past year marks the fastest rise to the top of the rich list in the history, and marks a dramatic financial turnaround for the famed entrepreneur who just 18 months ago was in the headlines for Tesla's rapid cash burn and his personal leverage against Tesla stock. Musk started 2020 worth about 27 billion and was barely in the top 50 richest people.
Fred Lambert from Electric actually made a good point that we are only able to track Elon's net worth based on publicly available information, meaning Tesla is a publicly traded company, and we also know about Elon's compensation package for achieving set requirements. What we don't know is the evaluation of his private companies like SpaceX or the Boring Company, he wrote in his article.
Furthermore, Musk's stake in Tesla is the only clear part of his net worth since it's the only public company that he is a major investor in. He also owns major stake in SpaceX, the Boring Company and Neuralink, which are all private companies and their valuations are less clear. SpaceX is the biggest company of the three and it is estimated to be worth close to 100 billion, with Musk owning as much as 45% of the company. CNN in the article pointed out that Bezos isn't the only one that Musk called up to Thursday. ExxonMobil, the United States' most valuable oil company, had a market value at midday Thursday of just under 191 billion. So Musk, who's a leading advocate of switching drivers around the world from gas and diesel to electric vehicles, is for the time being at least worth more than America's largest oil company.
While all of this is wonderful news, I think Elon doesn't bother that much, and he doesn't want to get distracted from his overall mission. Even the man himself shared in 2 short tweets his thoughts as a response to Tesla owners of Silicon Valley tweet.
Tesla owners of Silicon Valley on Twitter said, Elon Musk is now the richest person in the world at 190 billion. And Elon responded, how strange. And then he added, well, back to work.
I'm not saying that he's done it all wrong, that there are no other people in the world who are hardworking. That's certainly not true. But he definitely has people behind him, either at Tesla or SpaceX or the Boring Company, who are gifted and hardworking. But without Elon, this all wouldn't be possible. If it wasn't for Tesla and Elon, Legacy Auto wouldn't be even thinking about coming up with an EV, maybe in like 10 to 15 years from now, at the earliest. And I think Tesla is hands down succeeding in its mission of accelerating towards transition to sustainable energy. You may not like Elon because he's a billionaire or you have some other point, but at least admire the man for what he has achieved. His goals may seem unrealistic at times, or he misses a deadline, but he always delivers. Most recently, Tesla even beat the estimate of start of the production at Giga Shanghai by a few months. Just remember the most recent history during Model 3's ramp-up or so-called production hell. When Elon asked about this on Twitter, he said that Tesla almost went bankrupt at that time and it was the hardest time for him in his life.
Zane wrote, how close was Tesla from bankruptcy when bringing the Model 3 to mass production? Elon responded. Closest we got was about a month. The Model 3 RAM was extreme stress and pain for a long time, from mid-2017 to mid-2019. Production and logistics hell.
And do you remember what happened during this time as well? Elon slept on factory floor, well, not on the actual floor, but on a sofa in an office because he wanted to be available whenever to whomever, and he told the Business Insider.
I feel like I have a great debt to the people of Tesla. The reason I slept on the floor was not because I couldn't go across the road and be at a hotel. It was because I wanted my circumstances to be worse than anyone else at the company. Whenever they felt pain, I wanted mine to be worse.
And this was not the only time Tesla was on edge, and Elon felt the pressure and pain.
John Ehrlichman posted, on this day in 2008, Tesla secures $40 million loan to avoid bankruptcy. Today is the most valuable automaker in the world. And Elon responded, that funding round completed 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve in 2008. Last hour of the last day possible, as investors were leaving town that night and we were 3 days away from bankruptcy. I put in all money I had, didn't own a house, and had to borrow money from friends to pay rent. Difficult time. And then he also added, I put in my last money, even though I thought we would still fail, but it was either that or certain death for Tesla. Extremely difficult to raise money for an electric car startup, considered super quirky back then, while stalwarts like GM or Chrysler were going bankrupt.
As a young millionaire, Elon talked about staying up at friends' places because he didn't have anywhere to stay, because he poured all his hard-earned money into Tesla and SpaceX. And in 2020, he went on and said,
I'm selling almost all my physical possessions. Will own no house. And he actually went through with it. Now, the tech billionaire has completed the sale of his last 4 homes, tucked into Bel Air, cul-de-sac, for a combined $61.9 million. All 4 residences closed around Christmas.
Elon even had to borrow money to help Tesla. And it was extremely risky because those shares he got are only as much worth as the company, so if it failed, he would be in a huge debt. He became a model for his employees because he put the money where his mouth is, and even made some employees that much money because when you get hired at Tesla, you get stock, and even when you are a line worker. He went through years of uncertainty and tremendous pressure on day-to-day basis, and even today, Tesla is under pressure because they need to scale up the production, not just for the existing models, but for the upcoming ones as well as the new battery line for 4680 cells. Show this video to anyone who doubts Elon, and you need to know the man's story, I think, before you are going to speak negatives towards him.
I encourage you to watch this video from Axel Springer Award 2020, where they prepared a very nicely made look at Elon's life. I'll link this video down below.
That pretty much wraps it up. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video and found it interesting, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you are free to leave any comment or suggestion. I'll be happy to read those, and see you in the next video. Have a lovely day.